Thank you all for giving me the opportunity to share my views about role of AI in labor market in the context of India. So we are all discussing this issue, role of AI in general, and specific to my topic is impact on labor market in the context of Viksit Bharat. So already elucidated by earlier speaker, Viksit Bharat and its role. I will briefly take up is what is this Viksit Bharat that India wants to become a developed nation by 2047. We are expecting AI. There are, apart from many other factors, many other determinants, AI to be playing a very important role in order to help this developed nation. As an social science students and economics, we know that developed nation is where you'll be having higher level of per capita income with a higher level of standards. So for that, India needs to grow. It is estimated that India needs to grow more than 8% per annum. So it is expected that AI, which is a it has a very different kind of technology, revolutionary technology, that will help to foster the growth. And in terms of growth, it will help the governance and it will also people to progress in their life. So, what is this artificial intelligence? It's a we know that as a concept, it is a the task that human being will do by his own, the machine will do. So, in terms of it is thinking, perceiving, or decision making, or helping, whatever the see, we can think of that nowadays. AI is there everywhere, and it evolved to come anywhere. So, you take up anything from agriculture to any other sector, industry, service, and if you take individual tasks like teaching, doctor, healthcare, or industrial labor, and even the delivery, everything that can be, it has the potential that everything can be done by a if you can do it. So to put it in a very nostalgic sense, in our some movies where in Indra Bhavan, where people will be just all the angels will be sitting on their chairs, and people will be just playing with the phone and fun. So there won't be any task that they have to do. Just only they have to just enjoy their life without involving in any kind of labor, any hard hardship or hard task. So if AI, if you can do it, if you can properly develop and leverage it, so that might be the future for the human being, where all the hard tasks, all the drudgery tasks can be done by AI, all the human beings. And if you can make that that is equitable to all, access to all, that will benefit to all, that will be the situation where people will be just enjoying their life without involving in much of the hardships and hard work that were humanly with bodily that they have to do. That is the prospects. If that will be the heaven, AI for heaven, if I have to call it, if you can properly make it. Otherwise, if that is not properly managed, properly adapted, if it will be taken over by some people and it will be concentrated in the few hands, if the some people will control, the AI will become and again a source, a base for the people to control other less marginalized people. Then it will become a hell to the people. So this is the context of AI. We know that all the technology, what kind of technology that is AI, it is robotics, machine learning, deep learning, block technology, computer imaging, that and data analytics. So many things are that as already we are keep on coming across. So my presentation will be focusing on from the social science perspective and especially the economic point of view. We seeing the AI is something a resource and is coming in the form of different kind of technology. How this will be helpful for the benefit of the people, where people's standard of living will be increased, and it should ensure that there is some kind of inclusivity, equity, and justice and sustainability to all. So this is the main objective for our social science, that whether AI will ensure these things. So, so Indian context, yes, we aspire to become a developed nation. We think that AI will help us, and India is actually in a different kind of situation where we are in a position of deriving this demographic. Sorry, this is a mistype. It's a demographic dividend where the age, the working age people are more, and if we can make these working age people more productive by using the AI technology, so that they will be working more, so that will become a dividend to the entire nation. And since India is the largest population and it is the largest working force, it is, we can say that it is a powerhouse, labor power for the world. If you can leverage AI in order to upgrade the skills of these all labor force, the demographic dividend that we are aspiring, it will become more like high squared, 10 times dividend. So definitely AI, that since it will operate in the place of a human being, definitely it has the trade-off with the labor. Labor in terms of soft labor and hard labor, it's a cognitive level and manual level. That the both the way it will be having. So now we have the whether this AI India, where the highest labor force it is there, whether it will create it has the potential to create unprecedented opportunities. This or it and it also has the chance to be create some significant challenges. What kind of these opportunities and challenges that can create, and also it can cause disruptions in the labor market, and it will cause some problems, and it may also, if properly used, it may bring equitable outcomes. At the end, as I said, that our concern is whether this technology being efficiently used not to increase the productivity levels and productivity of labor, and it is ensuring the equity for all the people and taking all the people into consideration, all the sections of the people, that is inclusivity, and whether it is causing sustainability, environmental sustainability, so that it can our societies will continue in future without disturbing the future generation. So as a whole, can the AI can be hell or heaven, that we have to see it. As already discussed, that what are the different kind of technologies that come in the way of impact the labor. So there are some applications that we all will be knowing, that in terms of finance, in terms of healthcare, in terms of customer support, translation, and logistic, agriculture. There are different applications that we know that it's IBM has developed a Watson Health and Google Translate we have, and the customer support chatbots like Zendesk. In the logistic, Amazon warehouse robot, and agriculture we have a different kind, especially the John Deere automated tractors, the Canva for the design. So Tesla, this driving cars, these are the kind that where they can perform on their own in place of human. These are the simple example that we already have some idea about in day-to-day life, because every day this is the situation now. AI is coming up to every aspect of the life. So I would like to make it, AI is something unique technology. Unique technology when compared to all other industry revolutions, that is 1, 2, 3. AI can be put in the industry 4, and some people say it is industry 5. Now, as a whole, you can say that it is after 3. So, industry 4 or 5 AI technology, it is a different technology, and this technology is something it doesn't use it is a next level of technology, where it is considered as it won't create any carbon emission, it won't create any environmental degradation, it won't create any these environmental problems. That's why AI is something, if we can properly develop it, it is a green and sustainable technology. And also AI is actually a address, if you can, so it is trying to address the issues of across all, whether it is educated, uneducated, whether you're in whichever the area that you are in. you can properly make little infrastructure, it has the potential to address the problems of across all the sections. So if we can make it little accessible and make little infrastructure, it has a lot of potential to be to be more inclusive. So compared to all other technologies, that is the steam engine, that is again computers, that is a diesel engine kind of thing, where these old technologies, where the green and sustainable tech, they were not green and sustainable, they were not they were concentrated in a few hands, where the inclusive aspect was missing that time. So but AI is a different technology if we can properly plan it and do it. So this is the nature of AI. That's why we're expecting that it can create a heaven for the people if we can properly make it. So the how AI will impact, if you see the channels of the AI, so it will create the demand. So by appropriately using these all robotics and computer vision, these are all agriculture, this deep learning, machine learning, these all those things, it will help the labor to boost to its productivity. And but it will displace some people, that it will displace. At the same time, it will create the demand for new products. So some other jobs will be generated. So it has a something creative aspects, and that also it has a destructive or displaced aspects. As a whole, this interaction of this displacement and creation, based on that, you will see that there will be whether increasing demand for the labor or the decreasing demand for labor, it will be there. When it comes to, sorry, this is not a demand, this is a supply aspect of so AI will actually improve the educational attainment of the people, health outcomes of the people, and also it will help you to choose your own choice and increase your quality. So as a whole, it will increase the quantity of the labor and better utilization of the labor, quality of the labor. This all will lead to, if you again is supply side, actually it has some that it will increase the supply potential to increase the supply of the labor, and it will also increase the experience of the labor. These are all by providing the job satisfaction and supervisory capacity. These are all in a positive note. Don't think that there are no other problems. And it will increase the diversity, it will save efficient workplace. These all will increase the workplace experience of the people. So we have that how this AI will impact on the labor. There are studies that are going on, but still one has to note it that it is at in the developing stage, very nascent stage. We have not come to a complete experience evidences, but still it is an emerging, evolving. Still we have some estimates based on the research. So IMF, it says that it has the risk of displacement, especially the more in developing countries like India, because it will displace, it will take up all hard tasks. Our labor is more low skilled, hard task based labor. So AI will address all those things. So definitely it has a more potential to displace in the context of developing countries like India. Yes, that will be there. So then it comes to ILO estimates clearly, then it is nearly 75 millions of jobs globally are in the complete risk of automation due to AI. And there are some studies in case of UK and USA. In case of UK, it shows that the 7% of the existing jobs face high risk in the short term, and 18% of the jobs in the coming 10 years risk because of AI. In case of USA, it is 40% of the jobs, that is jobs in the top level, upper quintile of the wage distribution remain a risk or exposed to AI in case of United States. The Goldman Sachs and they are McKinsey and the Goldman Sachs, which are rating agencies, they also estimated that there is according to Goldman Sachs, 300 million full jobs remain exposed to AI-driven automation, and McKinsey estimates that 30% of the current work hours could be automated by generative AI. When it comes to India, research results show that there is a study by IIM Ahmedabad survey. So according to that, among the survey these households, people, 65% of the survey employee expect that their jobs will be potentially, partially or fully automated within the next period. That means they are facing the risk. Okay, and 40% of the employees believe that AI will make their skills redundant unless if they don't upskill it. There is a Copstech, etc. all study that says that most of the industries and in the region across AI skills and increase the role of AI, whatever the different ways. There was also one study by RBI I did not mention here. All the banks wants to actually keep use the AI in place of more mundane or more routine works where the human being will be do. There is a all the banks have that, public sector bank has that approach. And the NASCOM estimates that Indian AI market, but it's also other way for the investment point of view. It has a lot of potential to grow 25 to 30% CJR by 2020-27. Earlier, there was other estimate that show that there is a 50% CGR, compound annual growth rate, that if you make the investment in AI, that is the potential that it has. Other estimates show that. So there are concerns in the context of India in broad journal, in journal also, where, so since AI is a something evolving technology where only the top edge or the top level corporations only they are taking the advantage of this. If you see that Amazon and Google, OpenAI, these are the companies that are taking the advantage of it, and they are also developing. They are only trying to capture the market power in this, right? So there is actually some research that says that winner, whoever is the winner, that means whoever comes first, he will take all the gains. So there was a study by Kornick and Stiglitz saying that labor and resource saving automation pose problems to India in the when the country is labor and resource rich. So these AI, since it will lead to automation. So the countries which are rich in labor and resources, that will have a problem. So winners will take advantage here. There is another researcher, Andrew Haldane. He says that in the pursuit of productivity and profits is based on the historical based study. The substitution of labor for the capital has created, history shows that a wider spread economic hardships, and it has damaged the social cohesion and inclusivity in the society. So if you don't properly use, if you just concern about only productivity and profit issues that are positive aspect of the AI, that will be the consequence where you'll have economic hardship and social cohesion will be disturbed. So in India, there is a study done by Economic Survey recently 2023 and 24. They have identified that they have, based on the earlier some studies based in the foreign, there is a positive relationship between the price elasticity of demand and productive elasticity of demand, additive demand. So if you can make, that means if if you increase the productivity in a sector, that productivity will increase the labor employment when that product has got the positive price elasticity of the demand. This is the logic here. If the productivity increase of the particular product, increase in the productivity of that particular product, increase the labor employment only when that product has got price elasticity. Suppose the AI is used in vegetable cultivation or horticultural cultivation, and that will horticulture cultivation of using AI will generate more labor employment only when the horticultural products will have a high price elasticity of the demand. Taking this logic, the India has estimated what are the sectors that has high elasticity of the demand, where if you can use the AI in order to increase the productivity of that sector, so it can generate more employment that can be inclusive and sustainable. So that kind of study was done by Government of India as a part of economic survey. It has found out that the sectors, the financial services, trade and exports, health service, business, social work, retail and wholesale trade, IT, R&D, legal service. these are the sectors actually which has got the high price elasticity demand. If you can use AI in these sectors so that it can generate the more employment, so that employment can be more inclusive and it can be more sustainable, it will help the whole economy as a whole. Instead of creating labor displacement, it will be labor augmenting AI if you can use more in these sectors. And next, there are some other sectors where, especially the education, postal, and telecom, where the price elasticity of the demand is very low. Use of AI in education, postal, and telecom sectors actually will decrease the actual labor employment generation. We are also facing this problem where teachers are being displaced, and postal service are also being displaced. So what this AI, how AI will impact on labor, it will also depend on the market structure. What is that market structure? Whether the market has the perfect competition nature, and or else in other extreme, whether it has the monopoly structure. So we know that extremes, but in general, we see that oligopoly structure that is being operated in a different proportion. This oligopoly structure actually it will create some market concentration. So it will increase the AI definitely. So it may that leading to higher productivity and also higher profits. So using that, there is a danger that they may create the entry barriers for the new people. So that will cause the labor displacement. So this oligopoly market structure that is there in India, in a, whatever the different proportion, so it has the potential to create actual entry barriers and the concentration of power, and finally it will lead to the labor displacement. So in this context, it is important to make the market to be less oligopolistic. It's not possible. We know that perfect competition, at least less oligopolistic. Here, the issues of regulatory institutions will come. So now what we have to do in order to make this impact of labor, and whether it is uh, whether to make it more labor augmenting rather than labor displacing, or else to make it more inclusive, equitable, and sustainable, so that it will lead to the heaven, a technology that will lead to the heaven for all the people in country. So we need the institutional setup. So this institution the public welfare without stifling the innovation. Of course, we have to promote the innovation. At the same time, that means then you need to promote more creative technology. So definitely creative technology will cause some distraction, as we know that in the concept of creative destruction. So there some destruction will take place, but here we have to see that whether the public welfare is kept in balance. So for that, definitely we have to make sure that AI will not have only profit and productivity concerns only, but also it should include the social value, social responsibility. We have to make that. There is also another approach that is there, that if any creative distraction is taking place, if some companies are actually making more labor displacement and making more profit, and we can also have a fiscal taxation policy where you can you can put more tax on that companies where they labor displacing corporations. That fund you can use it for the displaced labor, for creating the safety net and creating skilling and reskilling of the labor.